The Cadillac Escalade has always represented big American luxury, and it is one of the best luxury full-size SUVs you can buy today. However, prices have gone up by quite a lot, and the Escalade is not as accessible as it once had been. This 2020 Cadillac Escalade Platinum still offers a luxurious cabin, an all-American V8, and plenty of space for the entire family. So is a used Escalade a good choice in 2025? Let's go ahead and find out. As always, let's begin by talking about the pricing and the trim level. When this Escalade was brand new, the starting MSRP was $75,195 for the base luxury model and $92,295 for the top platinum trim. That is what we have today, by the way. If you wanted the extended ESV version, you would have to pay an extra $3,000. Those prices have gone down significantly in the past few years, especially with the new generation of Escalade outs. Let's see what kind of luxury and features you get for the money. The Escalade has always been a stylish vehicle. Up front you get this large chrome grille with the Cadillac crest in the middle and fake ventilation at the bottom. Even though this car is not brand new, you would still look very stylish pulling up in it. As far as the headlights are concerned, they are going to be mostly LED. You get a waterfall style LED daytime running light, projector style LED headlamps with a jewel eye design, as well as an incandescent turn signal at the bottom. I find it a little disappointing that an Escalade has an incandescent turn signal, but it is something that has been fixed for the new generation of Escalade. The new Escalade also has cool animations when you approach the vehicle and lock it. Moving to the side, the Escalade Platinum will have these very large 22-inch wheels finished in chrome. These look absolutely amazing with all the chrome on the rest of the car, and I think Cadillac absolutely nailed this design. At the sides, you will find chrome moldings at the bottom with Escalade badging, chrome surrounding the windows, as well as chrome accenting the door handles. You also have power running boards at the bottom, which is standard on the Platinum model. The mirrors have all the features that you would want, including heating, blind spot monitoring, auto dimming, and power folding. At the back, you will find this chrome piece with the Cadillac crest that runs all the way across the tailgate, as well as a bumper protector at the bottom. The taillights are going to be fully LED. In typical Escalade fashion, the brake light is going to be really tall. You also get an LED reverse light and an amber LED turn signal. The newest Escalade looks very similar to this in terms of the lighting, however they have rearranged some of the elements a little bit. Now let's check out the interior and see what the Platinum model gets you on the inside. The Platinum model is supposed to deliver the best luxury experience on the inside out of the Escalade lineup, and this car definitely upholds its end of the bargain. On the door panel, you will find leather on the upper part, some wood trim through the center area, 2-person memory seating, all of your switchgear in the normal area, leather padding on your armrest, and a good amount of storage space at the bottom. The upper cubby is going to be felt lined as well. The power running boards help ease your entry into the cabin, and you get Platinum branded door sills that light up at night. As far as your seats are concerned, the Platinum model will throw in these semi-aniline leather seats finished in this beautiful peanut butter color. They are very well padded and plush, and they have all the features that you would want, including heating, ventilation, 16 ways of power adjustment, and massage. But now let's check out the rest of the Cadillac Escalade's interior. Starting with the steering wheel, it is going to be very nicely weather wrapped and heated. The hazard light button is right here, which is kind of odd to be honest. The airbag cover is going to be covered in leather, and the gloss black buttons to the left will control your cruise control and safety systems, and the buttons to the right are going to control your gauge cluster and media. There is some more wood trim through here, and the steering wheel is going to be power adjustable. The gauge cluster is completely digital, but it doesn't have a ton of customization, and it was considered outdated for its time. You can customize 3 different parts of the gauge cluster using these buttons right here. I can control what is going on the left side, and I can scroll through some different things like the tire pressure, the oil life, how much range I have left in the tank, and I can also customize what is going on in the middle, how the speed shows up, and what is going on the right side. There really isn't that much that goes on the right side, however. Materials in this Escalade Platinum are also quite impressive. The upper dash is going to be finished fully in leather with stitching. You also have some wood trim that runs underneath that. Everywhere around the screen, however, is going to be finished in piano black, and you'll have some more wood trim on the center console. Storage is also pretty good in the Escalade. When you pull this piece back, you'll find 2 USB ports, a 12-volt outlet, and a button for your cool box. It is also going to be felt lined, so you can put glasses in here without the lenses getting scratched. I also stored the key fob in there, which looks like this, by the way. You can remote start the car, pop the back glass, and pop the trunk on the key fob. And in here, you will find 2 cup holders. There's a wireless phone charger right there. And when you lift up the center console, you will have a little bit of storage around here, which is covered in felt, a 12-volt outlet, 2 USB ports, and this is going to be your cool box. So you can stick some drinks in here or whatever, and then you can push this button, and it is going to become very cold. But I cannot forget the most awesome storage area in this whole car. When you click the silver thing right here, the climate panel is going to go up, and that will reveal a little rubberized area with a USB port. I wish newer GMs had these cool hidden compartments like they did back then. To close it up, just click the silver thing again, and it will go back to normal. Let's check out the climate controls next. The climate controls are physical buttons, but they are not actually real buttons. They are these touch capacitive things, so they have a little haptic click to them, so then you know you actually clicked it. These are not as easy to use as real buttons, but I guess they get the job done. You also have controls for heated and ventilated seats. You can heat the backrest only, or you can heat the bottom and the back as well. On a hot day like today, the ventilated seats are very nice, but even on stage 1, they are very loud. Now this main infotainment system was really showing its age when this Cadillac Escalade was brand new. This 8-inch touchscreen is at a very strange angle, so that will cause glare when the sun is out. And when you are swiping between apps, it is pretty unresponsive and very low resolution. You can use these arrows right here for a snappier response. And this is how you control the climate right here. Not super easy to use. The home button, by the way, is right there. And this is how you control the volume. There's no physical volume knob. And all your safety systems are going to be to the side. You can also pull up some menus down here. And you have a pretty good audio system overall. This system does support wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as built-in navigation. But I don't think anybody is going to be using that. The shifter is column mounted, so it is pretty easy to use. Go all the way down for low mode, which will give you manual control over your 10-speed gearbox. Go to the second notch for reverse, and that will bring up a pretty low resolution backup camera with a 360 view. You do get active trajectory, and let's go ahead and test out the parking sensors. I'm going to pull up here to my tripod, and we're going to see if the parking sensors do anything. So it is vibrating my seat right now, and as I get closer, the vibrations are going to get more intense. As you can see, there's a little graphic here on the gauge cluster, and you can probably hear the seat vibrating right now. When you go into drive, that will bring up a forward-facing camera, but there is no active trajectory. Overall, the parking sensors work pretty well, and the vibrations are very intense and will definitely get your attention. Up top, you will get a digital rearview mirror, which is something most of the competition did not have at the time, and you also get a suede headliner. Additionally, there is a standard size sunroof. Let's check out the passenger side next. On the door panel, you will continue to have a good amount of space at the bottom for storage, although larger water bottles will not fit. There is leather padding on your armrest and leather and wood at the top parts. The seats are made of semi-aniline leather, and they are very comfortable and well padded. They also have heating, ventilation, massaging, and 16 ways of power adjustments. These seats are super comfortable, and you could definitely sit in them for hours on a long road trip. On the dashboard, you will have lots of leather and wood trim, and there is also some more leather where you would rest your knee. There is also an assist grip to ease your entry into the cabin, and the glove box release button is going to be located to the right of the main screen. The glove box is pretty small overall, but at least it has felt lining. Now the second row is very important on a large family SUV like this Escalade, so let's go ahead and see what you get back here. The door panel looks very nice because it is finished in this peanut butter-like color. There is a good amount of storage at the bottom, leather padding on your armrest, leather up top, and a door cup holder. The seats are made of semi-aniline leather and they are quite comfortable. They have manual sliding, reclining, as well as heating. There is an assist grip to ease your entry into the cabin, and in the back of the Escalade I have a good amount of legroom and headroom. There are speakers built into the back of the seat, which is going to be covered in soft-touch plastic. The seat back pocket is pretty slim if you ask me. In the middle here you will find your climate settings, USB ports, an HDMI outlet, and a headphone jack. There is also some storage in the pocket right there. At the bottom you will find two power sources. Up top you will find this display that comes down from the ceiling. This is for entertainment, but it is very low resolution, outdated, and it does require a remote to operate. You probably will just end up using your phone anyway. Let's check out the third row next. To access the third row, you're just going to pull the lever on the side of the seat twice. That will fold the seat down and up out of the way. That will give you a very large access way into the third row. Space in the third row is pretty good. I have a good amount of legroom and headroom, but the bigger problem is the thigh support. The floor is so high and the seats are mounted so low, there's almost no thigh support. At least with the captain's chairs, you can't stretch your leg all the way out. For amenities, you will find two cup holders, a power source on the left side, as well as a little storage area on the right side. The third row experience is pretty horrendous for this size of vehicle, so I would recommend going for the ESV model if you are going to use this very often. By the way, this has been improved for the new generation of Escalade. To exit the third row, you're just going to push this button twice and that will fold the seat up and out of the way. The cargo area is also very important on the Escalade, so let's go ahead and check it out. There is no hands-free access on this model, so just use the key fob to open it up. With the third row up, you get 15.2 cubic feet of space. The third row power folds and that will give you access to 51.6 cubic feet of space. As a maximum, with the second row folded down, you get 94.2 cubic feet of space. The ESV model will expand that to 39.3 with all the seats up and 121 as a maximum. The new Escalade with the air suspension will also greatly improve these measures. You get about 26 cubic feet of space with all the seats up and 121 as a maximum. To the right, you will have a power source and all your buttons to fold down the rear seat, and you also have a good amount of storage space underneath the floor. To close the trunk, you're just going to push the center button. You can also pop the rear glass for quick access into the cargo area. This is especially nice because the tailgate is very slow. Under the hood is a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8. It makes 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. That is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, and you can get 14 miles per gallon in the city, 21 on the highway, and 18 combined. This will provide you with plenty of power whether you're from a dig or if you're passing on the highway. The Escalade has always faced tough competition. The main competitors for the 2020 model year include the 2020 BMW X7 xDrive 40i, the 2020 Mercedes-Benz GLS 450, the 2020 Lincoln Navigator Black Label, and the 2020 Infiniti QX80 Autograph. Back then, the Escalade was very outdated for its time. The Navigator was probably the class leader for the amount of space and luxury it offered. The X7 and GLS were very new at the time. The X7 just entered its second year of production, and it was a steal and deal because of the amount of luxury it offered, like the heated third row seats and the 5-zone climate control. It was also a bargain compared to the Escalade and Navigator. The GLS was all new for the 2020 model year and offered great features like the executive second row seating package and a lot of space in the trunk. This Escalade is 204 inches long and 81 inches wide. Well, that is going to wrap up this video on this 2020 Cadillac Escalade Platinum. The 2020 Escalade is still a great choice in 2025 with a luxurious and feature-rich cabin, great styling, and an all-American V8. However, it might not be such a good choice if you are expecting more trunk and third row room. If that is the case, you will have to opt for an Escalade ESV or a 2021 Escalade, which is priced a little bit higher because of the newer technology. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.